There we go. You're fine. Oh, hey there. Hey there, big guy. Um, I haven't opened anything in the way of FF yet, but I'm sorting through old bulk. If I'm gonna find any FF, actually, I'm probably gonna go ahead and proxy it, earnestly. But that's just me personally. What about you? You found anything good lately? Oop, I wanted to assume this was foil. Interesting. What's my Genji glove for my Eldrazi deck? Traded for a Bahamut that night. Nice! What is a Bahamut in this game? Let me find out. Let's learn together. Now all I need is full of art air variants because the Eldrazi deck is my pet deck. Fair enough. Good pet deck, honestly. MTG. Let's look at this guy. Summon Bahamut. Destroy up to one target creature. Draw 2 cards. This creature deals damage equal to the mana value of other permanents you control for... No wonder. And it's all colorless, too. Of course. Flawless. He is really gross. He does that classic colorless thing where it's like, ah, colorless, don't need to worry about that. And then, like, he does, like, the sickest stuff. It's crazy bananas. I have yet to actually do a colorless deck just because, like, it always feels like it's really wicked gross when it comes out to play. But I feel like depending on the player, they could be really into that sort of thing. I just happen to play, like, with a lot of players that probably wouldn't appreciate that sort of stuff. Know your play group, you know? Check out Ultima, Origin of Oblivion, and Genji Gloves. Okay. I'm gonna do this on my phone, actually, since I have it in front of me. I don't know if you use this, but Delverlins is a game changer in terms of sorting out a big collection. I'm using it right now to like find all the stuff that's of value and then like get rid of that, and I can just proxy them back in if I need them. Ultima? Origin of Oblivion. Let's learn. Let's learn. Flying, whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land for as long as that land has a blight counter on it. It loses all land types and abilities. As tap 1, add colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional colorless. That makes sense. So you like shut down other decks. Sorry, you shut down other decks, possibly. Or you double up on your mana. Or wait, okay, hold on. The way that this is written, whenever you tap a man, colorless. Okay, so if you have just a bunch of wastes anyway, then you don't even need to worry about your land. You wouldn't want to put a blight token on that. You would put them entirely on opponents. That's really good, actually. I actually just got back into the game from EDH format from November. Buddy said, I'll buy you any deck for Christmas to play with us, and that's when I got the base deck. That's really nice, actually. That's really sweet. Oof. Is the music a little loud for you? I mean, personally, I love it, but that may just be me. Shut them down while buffing up myself. Yeah. Yeah, Ultima seems wicked, my friend. It sounds really good. Genji gloves. Let's find out together. Genji gloves. Genuinely gloves. Yes, that's what I meant to text. The phone... Half the problem is my phone doesn't believe me when I type a thing. That's fair enough. Genji gloves, MTG. Oh boy. There we go. Genji glove. Equipped creature has double strike. Good start. And there's more. Anyway, whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's a first attack... Okay. Alright. So it's a colorless, like, relentless assault on a creature. You could just repeat this. And it has double strike to boot. And it's just untap it. Yeah. That's gross. That's gross. If you're putting that into an Eldrazi deck, too, so you get, like, Annihilator, like, what, 6, 8? That's crazy. Oh! Hey, Okamimon. Nice to see you. Music volume seems good. Good to know. Thank you for the input, my man. My they, them. My mother trucker. Let's get back to recording some cards. I've never built an Eldrazi deck to date, but I used to have a bunch of Eldrazi cards, because I actually inherited a huge... Well, okay, at this point it's probably like 50-50, my collection and the collection I inherited, but like, the collection I inherited was all from, like, another player who had played during, like, when Eldrazi were huge in the meta. Well, not huge in the meta, but they were, like, exciting new creatures. I have a hard time imagining that, like, when Zendikar was in the Standard, that Eldrazi were ever in the meta, because, like, those are big boys. I think that, like, if you designed around that as a meta, like, in Modernity, you could maybe manage it. Back then, I don't know, Mana Rocks were, like, kind of a rarity back then. They're like, what? You could play cards faster? What, are you crazy? Do you want to unbalance the game? And nowadays, it's like, play a card, play 2 cards. Whenever you play 2 cards, play 3 cards. And it's like, it just gets so quickly out of hand. Power scaling in Magic is very real. I do like Magic, though, because in specific ways, they're very good at, like, designing the game to loop back in itself, usually. So, like, for instance, there was a couple sets ago that's like, we haven't done squirrels in a while. We're gonna have, like, a huge squirrel set. That was really fun. Bloomburrow, if anyone, like, jumped in on that. I think it's a really fun... It was a fun set. I don't think I actually bought much. That's a lie. I did buy a fair amount, but it wasn't for me. I bought it as gifts for other people. Is that how that worked? Yes. Oh, wait. I think I bought a draft box for a group of friends. And then we all drafted together. That's interesting. I don't remember these things. Life moves by, you know? So the combo I'm thinking of is Ugin, Eye of the Storm's ult into dropping everything, finishing with the Rise of Eldrazi and swinging for game. If you'd like, I actually have a Moxified Link with all my cards and reprints in it. Bloomburrow was so amazing. I agree. Also, yeah, if you want to drop it in the, in the comments, please feel free. I don't think there should be anything stopping you. I've never streamed in YouTube before, so we're all learning today, ladies and gentlemen. I got tempted by Bloomburrow, but I can't let myself get into the physical TCG for the sake of my wallet. You are smart. You are smart. And I would like to replicate you in this instance and just like proxy digitally or physically. And I think that's just going to help me so much. For me, I'll be frank. I am good at budgeting. I don't have a lot of needs in my life. I have this apartment. I have my husbando, and that is it. And that's about as far as we're going in life. So, like, I could buy all the Magic cards I want, being, like, the constant, like, dude and his other dude. But, like, I don't want to. Like, I want to, like, not that I'm trying to, like, save up for a house or anything. I don't. That's my own weird thing. But, like, at this point, I feel like it would be really cool to, like, get into proxying because it's, like, I don't need to buy to support a game that I like, you know? Like, if it was like a board game or something, I would readily buy that in a second. But like card games, the whole point is like you're constantly buying new stuff all the time. That's why I'm trying to like actually like record what I have so I can like sell anything that's expensive and then just get back into proxying. Like really go for it, you know? And I'd like to actually like, a lot of people do this thing where they like create their own fun, exciting art where it's like, oh, I put like my fun little character in there, or I made this character be more funny or cute or whatever. I want to do that sort of stuff, baby. I want to have fun with it, you know? I think that it would be a good like window for like fun future projects for me, you know? My scanner is not liking the light that I'm putting these cards in. It's so upset about it, yo. I'm gonna... hold on. There we go. That's actually gonna help a bunch. Yeah, there we go. Can you guys see the cards now, though? I'm not sure about this. Stand by, we'll talk about it. Maybe... hold on. The scanning on the apps is dreadful. I agree. It really is. I've done a lot in these apps. I feel like you could read this, actually. It's pretty okay. This camera is really good. This one, not so much. Hard to see them because of the light. Yeah. Put that back up. You know what we'll do? Oh boy. Earthquake. Is this better or worse? Now I'm in darkness. I can change that though too. Oh, I feel that's really good. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Do you want to hear some Bloomburrow conspiracy theory shit? Sure, I'd love to. I got tempted into Bloomburrow, but oh, yes. Been there, done that, sorry. I will just like reread the comments on loop. I used to stream Twitch a lot, and I did find this out about myself. Like I will repeatedly read comments because I'll be like, oh, conversation. I do love conversation. I like chatting. It's fun. Earthquake. Let's get down in here. Let's get you more in my box. Yeah. Nice. It is so wild to me. This used to be a wildly expensive card. One that you will know, Mr. Big Gay Munkus. Because, like, okay. It makes all colorless creatures control get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, you add an additional colorless, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, you get 2 life. For 5 mana, no less. I mean, granted, it's assuming the detriment of you playing colorless, which grows smaller every day. So, I don't know. Look at the art for Bello and look at the staff and tell me what you see. Yep, I just got full art variant of it, which immediately dropped in value right after. Yes! Bizarro. Full art of Bello. Fun fact, I was looking for a way to, like, Bello Bard of Rambles. Oh no! Are they gonna have a commander character really necessary for their next overarching plot? Has there been other references to the Eldrazi recently? I haven't been keeping up with the story at all. Are we doing Eldrazi again? I know they kept it open-ended. Why would they do Eldrazi, though, and not bring it up in the Innistrad set? Unless, like, it was... Unless there's, like... Was there, like, subtle references in Innistrad, do you think? Midnight, Hunt, and Crimson Bow? I remember the names this time. Found out that I don't remember the names of the Innistrad sets. It's a little alarming. And I get it, it's like a stupid little game, haha. But, like, I play a lot of this game. I play a lot of this game. I don't feel like I have a great excuse for not remembering, like, as much of this as I do. Just a little reminder of it in Innistrad, and that was it. Ugh. I guess they did have other fish to fry because they were trying to set up, like, Rin and 6 or whatever. I forgot that was, like, still technically before we did, like, the warp tunnels. The plane portals. I'm very good at remembering. So this one I'm actually gonna keep because I really love rats. But if that were the only reason, I would get rid of this. Really, the answer is B. My friend actually knew that I really loved rats. I was like, I just can't make a good rat deck, and he was like, I know the card for you. So there's this. I think this is the only card that gives other cards Ripple. I think we could look into giving other cards Ripple outside of Thrumming Stone. Give it like Ripple 2 or Ripple 1. I feel like that would be pretty okay. Put it in like a little commander deck somewhere and just slip it as like a little like, here you go. This is another gift from a friend. I kept on trying to make, what's his name? He's not good. I want to say it's like... It's not Gimli. It's just not Gimli. What? My brain is only giving me Gimli and Bilbo. That's so sad. That's not correct. Hold on. MTG Legendary Gremlin. God, I'm hungry. I got home and it's really hot out there. I got off work early, so I went to get a bunch of my watches fixed or see if they could get fixed. And I was like, well, first things first, I should like check to see if I could replace the battery on any of them. And then when I took them into like the battery replacement store, I found out there's like one specific store that just does batteries. I'm like, can you do this? And it's like, it's what we do. I'm like, oh, that's great. So then like I went to like try to Gimbal. Gimli and Bilbo. Gimbal. I could see why I got confused. Anyway. Oh. Gimbal! I forget. I've oriented the camera in a way that makes sense to my 8 brain. Gimbal! I love this little man. He's so good. I mean, he's not. He's really not. But he's adorable. I think his flavor text... That's the, like, borderless one. I think his flavor text is usually... You are what you eat. Yes, yes. You are what you eat, and everything he'd eaten was brilliant. Gimbal! Yeah. Oh. Do you ever have a guy where it's like an MTG guy, and it's just their card is just terrible, but they're just adorable. You just love them. They're the best. They're good little boys. I just love Gimbal so much, emotionally, spiritually. Well, being Ace, I always have a little bit of cake on hand, so let them eat cake. It's turning into a mukbang. Anyway. Get the End Commander deck they're going to end up making and pop off. That'd be so funny. I'm just hyped for Avatar this year. Gonna be wait. I'm gonna be real. I hope this is a joke. MTG Avatar. You guys! I can't do this anymore. My triggering point was when I heard that there was going to be a SpongeBob Magic the Gathering set. I was like, I'm done. I can't emotionally continue any longer. Oh, that's so weird. I closed the blinds and not the window. That's an odd behavior for me to do. Yes, Avatar The Last Airbender set in November. It's coming! It's coming. It's within arm's reach. That's the disturbing part. Ugh. It's like so many sleeps until we get Avatar Magic the Gathering. Set! Not Secret Lair! A set! Okay, here's the thing. Before I go any further, I'm going to talk to you guys about Star Wars. This is important. Oh, I flashbanged myself. I forgot what I had on my phone. Before I go any further, I would like to talk to you about Star Wars. So when I was a kid, the prequels were coming out. You know, Phantom Menace. I cannot iterate to you guys how much the Phantom Menace meant to me as a kid. I loved the Phantom Menace, so I dressed up as Anakin in his like pod racing gear and went out for Halloween as Anakin. And I wanted it so bad. Previous year, I think I was like Prince Philip from Sleeping Beauty. So, two things we've learned about Tom today. Tom, hello. Bowtie Nerd. Oh, I should, I love a handle. Anyway, so two things we've learned about Bowtie Nerd today. A, I'm shaped by movies. And B, I really, really, really liked the Phantom Menace. I was disturbed in my like growing adulthood when I learned that like people freaking hated the prequels. They thought that they were really bad. And agree or disagree, this was an opinion that most everyone had. So, okay, sure. And then like it took around like until I was like not even in high school. I was out of college when like we started saying shit like, oh, maybe we can like have reappraisals about this, and like maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe there's stuff that's like good in there. Oh, you know what it was? I remember watching Nostalgia Critic. That's how old this was. And he made a video that was like the worst to best of the Star Wars prequels. And the one thing that he brought up was like, it's just good lore in there. It's so fascinating. It creates a depth of universe that the original Star Wars movies couldn't really encapsulate. And I think that's like what I really fell in love with. And I think what a lot of people afterwards really chased, whereas like a lot of people really, really enjoyed like creating a depth of universe. Poorly Hemplo, Avatar The Last Airbender. But the thing is that all these years later, then, I never in my wildest dreams would have assumed that there would have been Star Wars, the sequel series. And I liked the first one. I will say that I'm one of the many that had, like, fluctuating opinions of the other two. But the thing is, as I've sat with the sequel series, I've sort of come to be like, I'm pretty okay with this, actually. I'm pretty alright. Because the thing is, it's not for me. It's, like, for younger audiences that, like, really appreciate this sort of thing. So then, like, long story short, too late, whenever I have a situation where it's like, I have such visceral hatred for that. Why is this here? Oh, I have my conspiracies here, I guess. I've never done anything with a conspiracy, but yet I have two, technically. Very odd. And it does not like it, this one. There we go. So, when it comes to Avatar The Last Airbender, I love it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to do anything with, or like the cards. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't like it, blah, 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 blah. But it's not for me. It's for someone else. So I could either like spend my whole time belly aching it, make me feel bad, other people bad about it, like people made me feel bad about liking the Star Wars prequels. Lesser of two evils now, haha. But now I could like say like, all right, I just don't like the idea of like Avatar: The Last Airbender cards. Though I must say, those SpongeBob cards are what made me like stop playing Magic for half a year. And I was an avid Magic player. I was playing Commander at least 3 times a week, building 2 decks a week, probably too. I really liked Magic. It isn't happening, and I'm excited for it. This is horrible news for me. Oh god. But I get to make all the Toph EDH deck and constantly yell, I am not Toph, I am Melon Lord. See? That's the thing. You can get the joy out of it. You can, like, have fun with this and enjoy it like I can. And I think that's really awesome, and I'm excited for you. It's made me stop supporting the game, but it's one of those things where it's like, I actually don't care enough to, like... There are so precious few things that we don't need to start a picket line over these days. I feel like this is a situation where I could be like, I don't want to support this, but I'm okay with it if other people like it. Like, that's fine. It's fine. If they were like slapping AI art in there, we could have a conversation. appreciate the heck out of how, like, on the ball they've been about AI art too. Like, the moment somebody brings up, like, hey, this is AI art, they're like, so sorry, we're not gonna do that. My bad. I really enjoyed that. There's a non-zero chance that they might have reversed that policy since I've stopped playing Magic. I hope not. But I know that Wizards got in trouble with, like, the whole, like, Dungeons and Dragons thing. Like, they're like, oh, we're gonna make this AI. No, no, no. They skirmished to the AI because they were like, oh, we're gonna make it so you need to, like, be licensed by us or something in order to make content with us. They did the like the Amazon fan fiction thing. Do you guys remember that? When they're like, we have, like, our Amazon specific shows, and, like, if you join the Amazon Writers Club, you'll be able to enjoy the fan art or fan fiction that's written on there, and also you'll have the liberty to write fan fiction of our properties, which was such a shame. I think that if, like Supernatural had gotten in on that or something, then we would have truly had a real barnstorm. But, like, as it stood, it was like, I think the most popular things that were on there was, like, the Vampire Diaries, and even then, so of course, like, it fell over immediately. If you use this magic leafy stuff that's going around, it'll help you enjoy it too, I'm sure. Hate using the leafy stuff. Can't be bothered. Oh, the moment they do AI, I'm out. I'm not supporting that shit. Yeah, same. I mean, I'm already out, but... I say sorting cards. So, like, there's a non-zero chance that I won't buy, and... What are those full arts? Oh! Great question. So this is... I can tell you when I find the other version. No, I can't. One sec. I want to tell you the exact... Oh! I have Delver right here. Duh. I'm so stupid. You know, for a nerd, not very bright. Mysterious Egg. Brilliant. So you guys remember... if you were like me, you were obsessed with... I've already taken too long. It's not Ixalan. Ikoria. Jeez. Ikoria is one of my favorite sets. I say, not remembering the name. I don't remember, like, my own husband's name sometime, though. It's really unfortunate. I will be, like, talking to him, and then, like, so, insert roommate's name here. And then my husband's like, not me. Try again. But that said, if you guys were obsessed with Ikoria like I was, you may have gone in for the pre-release, which was so funny. It was in the middle of COVID. So, like, it was, like, right at the time that, like, COVID was really starting to pick up. And they were like, because, like, there was that period there where they were like, oh, is YouTube gonna get weird? Because I said, we're gonna find out. So much experimentation. But, like, remember that period where they were like, oh, it's gonna be fine. No big deal. And then it, like, circled around and everyone was like, get the masks on! Right around that period where we were putting the masks on, they started doing this thing where, like, they had to drop Ikoria. And I remember, like, they still had to, like, do the pre-release. And I always like doing the, like, pre-releases I get, like, a giant box of it. And then I would do, like, I'm gonna draft with all my friends. And then I would have, like, it was always a treat. It was, like, my way of basically, like, I really like this game. I want to get all my friends into it. Joke's on me nowadays, but back then it was really fun to do. So I remember going, and then the thing was, like, they were like, wait in your car. They sent everyone an email, and the LGS, and they were like, everyone wait in your car, and then we'll text you, like, your number when you can come up to the front of the store. And out front of the store, they had a collapsible table, and they would, like, be like, put the receipt on it, and then they would go back inside, and then they watch you come up and get your bag from the other side of the glass door. It was funny, but I earnestly thought it was so clever and so, like, genius, smart, brilliant, good. They were so clever. But when you got Ikoria pre-release, you got like a bunch of their Japanese cards because if you recall, that is like actually Mothra's egg outside of like a reskin of the Mysterious egg. So like, so sorry guys. Ugh. Having a cat and being allergic to cats makes your nose itch all the time. But the thing is, like, as, like, since, like, the, Ikoria, the big thing was, like, Godzilla, right? So, when they were doing, like, all the Godzilla reskins, they had some in Japanese and whatnot. There was, like, a Steelback Walker that was, like, a Mecha Godzilla that I think I've since gotten rid of. But, like, one of the funniest things that they did was they actually... This was the first time that they, like, changed a name of a card, I think, to my memory, where, like, when they were dropping, basically, like, I forget what his name is, but he's, like, Space Godzilla? Dark Godzilla? Something like that. He was basically, like, the same as the Godzilla card, but he, like, had Death Touch instead of Trample. And his whole thing was, like, well... he was, like, big and scary and deadly. And the exact wording that they used to describe that was Death Corona. So, it was so funny, because it was, like, while the pandemic was occurring, they had to be like, we're so sorry, we didn't know what we didn't know, it was a very different time several months ago, and I was like, yeah, it was. So, like, that's why if you go online, what is it that they changed it to? Hold on. Space Godzilla Death Corona. I think they changed it to like name change. What'd they do? Yeah, the statement on Death Void Invader. So if you go and check it out, if you like have that card on MTG Online, it will be Void Invader, which is very funny considering. It's one of my little favorite pieces of like Magic the Gathering lore. Gonna be real though, I'm very excited by like how excited people keep on talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Oh, this changes symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. The thing that really excites me about like the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering is like how many people that are talking about Magic the Gathering since. There's like this thing where people are like, oh, it's like it's ruining the brand or whatever. And I think to a lesser degree, maybe. I don't know. But the thing is like, there's a part of me that knows that this is probably bad. Like this is like, they're trying to commercially reach out. They're doing tie-ins with other companies to create more business and like basically like overlapping. So like, basically, like, people that haven't seen Doctor Who watch Doctor Who, and people, Doctor Who fans who don't play Magic start playing Magic, and you know? But, like, outside of that, I do find it really exciting that's, like, a bunch of people are excited about Magic. Like, they're enjoying the game. Like, I was at the store the other day, and I was wearing a Magic the Gathering shirt, and this guy that I was chatting to stopped dead and was like, hey, love your shirt, by the way. I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, are you so excited for the Final Fantasy set? And I had to, like, retain my grimace, because I was like, yeah, how about you? And he was like, yeah, it's like the main reason that I started playing again. I'm like, then it works. It's the Star Wars sequels. I can't be upset. It makes people happy. I simply can't be. There's a phrase that I learned from, if you guys watch Magic the Gathering content on YouTube, you probably know about the Tolarian professor. Um, the professor from Tolarian College. I forget how he brands himself exactly, but that said, like he he once used this phrase like, "I don't want to yuck another person's yum," and I still think about that all the time because I just never heard it before, and I think about it a lot, especially in the context of Magic. Like, I don't want to just like say, "Oh, that's gross," if someone else is like, "No, this is great, this is delish," and then it's like, "Okay, yeah, sure, have fun with it, I guess." I'm like trying to draw the like card out of the light so it, oh, reads better in light. Who would have known? You know? Can you believe I'm really excited? All of this music that we are now listening to is actually being streamed directly from the Library of Congress, actually. They have audio recordings of a bunch of stuff, and they're like, they basically gave a run in their website for each thing. They were like, this is how, like, uh, open source and that sort of thing works, and there's like everything that'll be in the public domain after a certain point, blah blah blah. So then they were like, if you want, they basically like had selections where it's like, do you want the stuff that's in public domain? And it's like, yes. And then it's like, great, here you go. Which is great because like there's so much like, I genuinely enjoy music that has that like that sound to it, where it's just like a little like shh from the record. It's really good to me. It makes me so happy, earnestly. I really enjoy it. My dad always used to play like old records when I was a kid, and it just genuinely like makes me so happy. And it's like, oh, well, surely he played like AC/DC and stuff, right? Wrong. So wrong. He played stuff similar to this, actually. It'd be his like goofy little music that his dad used to play, actually. So, I have an upbringing with this sort of music. It makes me really joyful. Oh no. Okay, maybe not this specific. Well, no. My grandfather really liked polka. So did my dad. My dad, like, morphed it a little bit more into, like, Italian singing. Like, a lot of, like, Rat Pack and that sort of thing. Would not mind having Rat Pack music if I could, but I shan't, so I won't. But that said, I really enjoy this music. Really good vibes. Omnipresent impersonator. That's also why I'm like recording these like non-playable cards technically, because I really like to like press my group into using cards that aren't technically like legal. Like using cards that are like, oh, this one is a fun card, you know? There's so many. Oh, what was that website I was looking at the other day that's like they just make their own commanders and like they have a whole system for like play testing with the commanders too. Oh, I need to get back on that website and start like printing up those commanders because I think it would be really cool to try them. I want to be part of a community that actually like really directly helps and encourages the community again because I think that would be really fun. At this rate, like nothing that a player can invent would really be crazier than the stuff that Magic is putting out at this point, you know? Like the power creep has gotten really insane. And you know, Commander be like that. Make the power creep insane. It's fine, you know? Like in Dragon Ball Z, he doesn't just continually fight. Goku doesn't continually fight, like... Wouldn't it be silly if Goku kept fighting Frieza? Like if Frieza, like, had all these different, like, forms that he kept returning with, and then he would be like, oh, and now I'm, like, the Gold Frieza or whatever. That'd be silly. No, he fights other people, too. I know so little about Dragon Ball Z, but that is one of the things I know about Dragon Ball Z, and it just brings me endless joy. 2, 3. I always love these little guys that don't really do anything beyond, like, let's give every player something. This guy in particular, I really like always putting into, like, a bounce deck. Or no, not a bounce deck. Sometimes bounce deck. But usually more of, like, a blink deck. Because I think it's really fun that's like, oh no, don't hit me. I'm the guy that was, like, blinking this little guy and giving you a bunch of cards. I really love group hug decks, to be honest. They're very fun to me. I think there are a lot of good vibes. I think that they're, like, really enjoyable. Oh, that's the end of that one. Whole pile of magic done. Hey. Now for more colorless. Hope you guys like colorless. Just going through my colorless box. I finished green last night while watching Reincarnation of a Bookworm, I think it's called. Nerd dream to be like, yeah, you got isekai'd into a world where, like, your book smarts helps you, and nobody expects you to do physical labor because you're too physically weak. That's a very fun concept. Of course, I like watching animes where, like, females are the main protags, but, like, not that I, like, seek it out specifically, I just end up watching a lot of them. I think it's because I like drama animes more, and, like, those are usually geared towards, like, girls. So, you know. Sorcerer's Broom, a card that I wish was good. Just paying 3 every time that you want to create a copy of something, it's a rough way to go. I get that the idea was that, like, you could sacrifice food, and then, like, you could pay 3 and create another guy. I probably would have said that it was a good card in Commander if, like, you paid 1, even. But considering that there's just straight-up cards that, like, yeah, no, you just sacrifice something, you get a guy, and you will get as many guys as you sacrifice things. It's kind of crazy. Sir Ginger Meal Ender. Now this is a card that, like, I've seen so many people try and make decks out of. Oh, actually, this is a commander. I should put this in my commander pile. Fun little card. I like that, like, in the original commercial or teaser, what do I call it? A promo video. The original promo video for the first Eldraine it was just all about her. And also, this was when they were still doing the music. They were still putting music into, like, the Magic promos. I miss that. Give me, like, Bad Reputation in the Ikoria set again. That was so fun. The Polka stopped prematurely. Polka.exe has stopped. Time for more Polka. Oh no, Father, where is the Polka? Oh no! Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the first one again. We're not doing that. Delightful. Okay. Yeah, Tom, you actually got, like, a negative number of viewers? How did you do that? Well, a lot of Polka, actually. actually. Oh, wow. We've been going for an hour at this point. I think it might be a pretty good breaking off point, huh? Yeah, I think it could be pretty good. I'll probably try and stream again tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that. But, yeah. In the meanwhile, I hope you guys had fun chatting with me about Magic cards and such. I'm always happy to chat about Magic cards, but that said, you guys have a good time. You know, stay nerdy, listen to some Poké, try Bowtie if you haven't. They're so fun. We haven't even talked about, like, my Bowtie philosophies, but, like, yeah, exactly. Love Poké. At any rate, yeah, catch you on the flip. We'll do some more Poké later. Rocks.